Dee is tough. It's just a fact of life. She is remarkably enthusiastic and restless.
You're perfect. Okay, hold still, Eagle.
She's able to do all of the governmental relations and soft communication and people skills that are required to get conservation accomplished on the ground, but she's really driven by the quality of science.
Have you got any other questions about penguins? I'm heavy into penguins.
She's extremely well known for this 30-year plus data set that she has on Magellanic penguins in South America.
Dee is quite a remarkable person, which is why we have detailed demographic data on the penguins at Punta Tombo. It's one of the best of any wild animal anywhere.
Since the early 1970s, Dee Boersma has used a mix of innovative science and persuasion to save penguins. She has worked virtually non-stop in the Galapagos Islands and Punta Tombo, Argentina, home to the world's largest population of Magellanic penguins. It was there she went toe-to-toe with the local government and corporations that were harvesting the birds for their oil and skin, which can be used to make leather.
I couldn't believe that anybody was going to harvest, Magellanic penguins. And so I went down to determine what was the population size at Punta Tombo and could they harvest penguins in a sustainable manner. And of course, the answer to that, I knew before I went. No, you can't do that.
Fieldwork at Punta Tombo revealed another threat to penguins from oil dumped at sea. Boersma's efforts persuaded the local government to move oil tanker lanes further offshore. Decades of work led to the establishment of a marine protected area at Punta Tombo, a historic achievement that will protect vital ocean feeding grounds. Using penguins as a marker has become Boersma's trademark for creating change and protecting ecosystems.
Penguins are really ocean sentinels, and they tell us a lot about the environment, whether it's the terrestrial environment or the marine environment. And what penguins do is tell you a lot of these problems before you even really recognize it.
They're sensitive to changes in the environment, whether that's pollution from oil or overfishing, because these birds nest on land but depend entirely for their food supply on fish and other organisms in the ocean. They are indicators of ocean health, but we can observe them on land.
Sea levels, of course, because of global climate change, are rising. We're getting more severe storms. Penguins nest really close to the beaches. So some of the nests that were suitable 40 years ago are now gone.
Dee is famous for getting her hands dirty. She ends up hauling literally tons of lava rock to build these huts, which serve as artificial caves for Galapagos penguins to nest, and it's been very successful in attracting nesting Galapagos penguins.
Despite decades of hands-on effort, Dee's energy shows no sign of waning and still has her conducting field studies in the Galapagos and Punta Tombo for months each year, fighting to protect areas where penguins live and passing down knowledge to students.
One of the things she's most proud of is her students, and you see them going out to make an independent conservation difference. I think that's her greatest legacy, is the scientists she's trained.
What we're really looking for is to see how fast these guys age.
I look at her as a real world leader in the sense of Carl Sagan, the kind of broad out view that she passes on to all these students in a very wonderful way.
If we can tell young bird, middle-aged birds, and old birds, that means we can go to a colony and ask, is this a relatively young colony or is this an old colony?
Dee is the ambassador for those organisms that share the planet with us. They don't have a voice unless one of us gives them a voice. Dee has been a powerful voice for them.
I think the only thing that gets changed in the world is what individuals change. All of us can do something. I want to check those nests. Seeing it is believing it for me, and those penguins give the energy back.